So I actually do have a plan for Stream 200. Don't get your hopes up, it's nothing like super groundbreaking or anything, but it's still something, and it's going to be related a little bit to what we're going to do today. But first, I'm just going to give you a reminder of something I did last week. I've updated our Trello. Can you guys see our Trellos if I do the exclamation mark thing? Yes, okay, there's our Trello. If you want to have a nosy, you can. I've completely updated the labels now and tidied it up a bit. And I've made it work with the new game dev process plan that I showed you guys last week. And I've kind of changed this a little bit since last time. I've made it a bit more detailed. And also version 0.1, that's going to be the name of the build, not version 1.0. I got it the wrong way around, because from what I believe with version numbers, it's always a 0 when it hasn't been released, like before the actual official release, and it's a 1 once it's been released. That's how like the patch naming works, I believe. Did a little bit of research into that. So yeah, we're on this stage right now, folks, as you can see in the stream title. That's what we've been doing lately. And as for the concept development, like story and characters, that this sort of thing is always, it's ongoing, like, you know, it's infinite, never ending. But of course it's always the thing we start off doing before we get into this. But even when we're doing this, we might go back to that, because if there's ever a good point to revisit that and do some more development. But yeah, that's I'm kind of approaching it in a more structured order now, because I said briefly last stream that since the very first stream, like the last 200 streams we've been doing this now, it's been about just over a year of working on this project, and I think it could have gone better, but I'm a critic, I'm a very self-critical, but I kind of blame that I was very much like, there was not a plan. It was very like battles one day, story another day, menus another day, mapping another day, and it was all random. And in the end, it made everything very messy, very chaotic. The project file was disorganised, and I didn't know what I was working on, what was finished, or where I was. It got very confusing. So I've decided I'm going to try doing things a bit more structured now. So obviously that will affect the streams as well, because that will potentially mean, like, when we move on to say that, we'll be doing that for a while on streams rather than going back and forth between things, because I think it's a bit more tidier and organised to focus on one thing. But that doesn't mean, like, you know, it's going to be forever till we get to this, because I'm going to be doing it in segments, not all in one. I'm going to be treating it as like with every playable build demo release. I'll work through each of these in order, and I'm already here for the first playable build, because I recently went back to the start and redid the mapping stuff, and I'm going through everything in more of an order. I'm leaving skills and battles and balancing till the end, and I'm hoping I can get to the skills and battle and balancing stuff maybe November, December, and hopefully all going well. I mean, I am moving in the winter, so it might delay the release of this, but hopefully maybe early next year, some point in the winter, we can get that demo released, and it'll include main quest 1 and 2. That'll be what it includes, and then we'll just slowly work on adding content on top. Main quest 3, main quest 4, a couple of side quests in bits. Alright, so that's it. It's all updated. It's all organised now. That's all I wanted to say. So I'm going to cross them off now. You don't need them. Okay, now you know the secret, everybody. This is what we're going to be working on. And hi, Unstable, how you doing? It's good to see you. Correct. Forgot what I said. Forgot what the context was with that. Right. You know the secret now of what I'm planning for stream 200. Well, you don't yet. I'm going to write that down now. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. Right, so I think we're due for thinking of a title for episode 1, aren't we, guys? Because we don't have one. It's just episode 1, that's boring. We're going to spend some time... Well, hopefully by the end of the stream we'll have a short list of titles. That's the goal. Don't start yet though, because I want to get some rules and just a few little points down before we actually start thinking of titles. But basically, you see that logo at the top, where it's got a Twitch community made RPG, that will get replaced with the title. So it's going to be like this, for a bit of inspo, guys, a bit of inspiration, something kind of like how WoW will do it, where they have the game name and the titles of each expansion below it, or like how Zelda do it. So that's kind of the sort of thing I'm imagining it being like with each of the episodes of Raindrop Chronicles. It was about the version number construction. Yeah, I got it right. I'm glad that I fixed that, because I felt something was definitely wrong with the 1.0. Sorry, 0.1 is. Hi Mick, how you doing? Hi Macaro. Waves and goes into listen mode while working. Oh, thank you for the lurk, I appreciate it. You're going to play Halo. Has Halo got any logos like this? If you guys know any other really cool logos that kind of do this sort of thing, let me know, because I want all the inspiration. So we help title episode 1 today, or title it on stream 200. Good questions, Ava. So this is the plan. I'm going to just get it down. So for stream 200, well, we're going to do it today. We're going to get a short list today, because we're only 10 streams away. So by stream 200, I want to actually have it done. We're going to know the title. It'll be revealed on stream 200, and I'll have done the logo as well. So that's what I'm planning, the reveal of the logo, the new logo, which is, I kind of like how it looks now anyway. So it's not going to look tons different. It's going to still aesthetically look how it looks now. The only difference is we're going to see the title underneath the logo, and it's I might try and make it thematically and aesthetically kind of look like what episode 1 looks like as well, because I love this. This is super detailed, but I still like the sort of thing they do. Okay, so for stream 200, I'm going to reveal. Can't spell. So yeah, I think it's probably smart to start to start soon. Well, that's why we're doing it today, because otherwise stream 200 will arrive and we'll have no new logo or no title, and we'll be like, no. So yeah, I thought it'd be cool to do it on the stream 190, 10 streams before. Zelda Heart. Episode 1, Rose takes over the world. Rose's revenge, search for well-being. And yeah, episode 1, the reptile man from the barrel. Yeah, we got a few little rules to go with, because there's some really key things I want to point out about the title, and then we can get started. But I'm hoping by the end of the stream we'll have a short list, and the ones that we like might still be on that short list. And between now and stream 200, I'll probably put a poll up and we'll do a vote or something, unless of course we all unanimously fall in love with one over the others. But if there's like a lot that I like that I've curated and put on the shortlist, then I'll put a poll, so we'll see. But obviously I'll need time to design the logo, so the poll won't get put up on stream 200. It'll probably be put up before then, so I'll get some time to do the logo. Right, so okay, so that's today's stream. Okay, so as I was saying, we might need to follow a few rules. The first one is the title needs to be short enough to fit under the logo. So we don't want it to like be super wordy long, because it could look like a bit messy. So you know how it's got a Twitch community made RPG? That like really fits well, like, doesn't it, underneath that logo? So we'd probably, I'd say, aim to get something around that size. I mean, we could always have it shorter and make the font a bit bigger. That's not a problem either. But basically not too long, because otherwise I'd like to fit it all on one line. You say, and that would mean it can't be too long, otherwise the font would be too small. So like, for example, with the World of Warcraft logos here, it's all on one line, and I think that looks really nice and tidy. It doesn't make the logo look messy, because it's all like on one line and stuff. So how would we word this? Raindrop Chronicles episode of Barrel of Jokes. Also, don't get carried away with your titles. Yeah, I know you're all joking, guys, with those titles, but once I say we can start, we will, because there's a few like real like things that I want to make sure that we got to understand when it comes to the title. Barrel of Jokes, the Carol Saga. Okay, I'm gonna say here. Don't start until I say. Okay. Okay, so not title should. Hang on now. Can't. My brain's mush. I can't even think how to form a sentence. Also, I'm going to unbold this because it's there. Okay, now as for anything else, what else? Something. It should. should flow and be memorable, and should flow, be memorable and easy to read, because this title's everything, guys. It's what people are going to call the game. So something like, for example, I love the name Breath of the Wild for the latest Zelda game, because it's just very simple yet memorable and easy to say, you know. And something like that, I think, is super important. It's very descriptive as well. There's a lot of imagery, and I like titles like that too. I think there's only really one other thing, and that's okay, so I think that's really it. So I think it'd be so cool to have it, like, obviously be something that really relates to what episode 1's about. That's kind of obvious, really. We want it to connect and get to the core of what episode 1 is. And we sort of know. I mean, I'm going to go over that in a bit before we start, just to get an idea and remind ourselves. But do that without revealing the entire plot, or like something that's lore related that we're not meant to know yet, like the spell, for example. I don't think we would want the episode 1 title to be related to the Everbloom Forest spell, because we actually don't know that there was a spell that happened, and that's why the barrels are alive. But we, as the player, aren't going to find out that information yet. So we don't want anything that's going to, like, spoil the plot for what the player actually doesn't currently know themselves. But we still want to get that core essence. So that's kind of goals. Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge. It's not easy. I don't even know myself yet what the tiles are going to be, or even have any idea. But I just think those are the key things to go by. And, you know, considering this is episodic, whatever we go with, whatever title we go with, we're gonna want that theme to be consistent between the episodes. Otherwise it could be a bit jarring if we have, like, a certain name for episode 1 and then the title for episode 2 or 3 is, like, just totally different. So we kind of want them to be consistent with each other, the titles. I'd say easy to remember instead of easy to read, because, you know, something easy to remember. We don't want people being like, episode 1, what was the name of that again? I forgot. You know, something that just stays in your mind, you know. So really it has to be simple, you know, for it to be easy to remember. We can't have it, like, be 10 words long or something, but it wouldn't fit under the logo anyway if it was that long. So just say a word eyeball set with a few awesome Asriel. Yeah, so the reason why I'm just saying that to hold off until you give the titles is because because of like the key things I want to make sure we're all updated with before we start, really. So is there anything else? Okay, the core essence. I think I just need to remind you guys, and you guys can remind me as well, what the core essence is, because I have a first thought of what the core essence of episode 1 is, but you folks might also have a sort of feeling of what the meaning of episode 1 or the theme is for you as well. So for me, because you guys might sort of have this idea of what it is that I haven't even thought of myself. There's layers, lots of layers there. But for me, it's that people here are only comfortable with what is similar and shun anything that is different. So prejudice really is the gist of episode 1, I feel, and I've got a list of why it's that. We're also going to come up with some words together in a bit, because I was looking for some adjectives and verbs and nouns and stuff that were very foresty sounding, and not just foresty sounding but also related to this core essence as well, because at the end of the day I think it'd be nice to have a title that's got a lot of meaning there and kind of clues us in on what the core essence is, without revealing too much, like sums it up basically. Are you wanting something which is more serious and potentially foreboding, or light-hearted? Either unstable, because Raindrop Chronicles is both. There's definitely funny, humorous and light-hearted themes in Raindrop Chronicles, but there's also potentially some very deep philosophical, which are a word I can never say properly, themes as well. So it's whatever works, and I think it's worth bringing up either. But I just want to make sure because ideally I think the ones that get shortlisted will be the ones that nail that core essence best. As much as I look having Carol in the title, like names Rose or Carol, there's nothing wrong with having character names in titles, but it doesn't evoke a feeling. I love those titles that evoke a sort of feeling, like Breath of the Wild, for example, which I've mentioned a lot. I love the name of the film Silence of the Lambs, for example, as well, which is similar. It's that word then of the and then another word. Like a adjective and then a noun for the last word. It seems that's kind of the way they do it, the structure of those titles go, but they evoke a sort of, you hear them and you're like, oh, that's mysterious, well, that's interesting, and it kind of sums up the film and the game. Hi Midsay, how are you doing? Thank you so much. Thank you for that sub. I appreciate the love. Let's have some hype. Let's have some hype in chat, guys, for that sub. How are you doing, Mid? Hope you're having a fantastic week. What areas does episode 1 mostly take place in? Is it focused on a few areas or spread all over the map? It's all in one zone. So that's kind of how every episode's going to go. It's going to be like a focus setting and themes. So episode 1's, it's all very enchanted forest theme. because it's all set in the Everbloom Forest. In episode 2, we'll move on to a different zone, and it's going to all remain consistent, like the whole setting between episodes. So this is why I think it's pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool to for that title, whatever it's going to be, to kind of evoke that setting, or the themes, or even both. Double meanings are cool, so could do both. It could be something that makes you think, oh, that's definitely a forest, this episode. This episode definitely takes place in a forest, but also think it also could mean that stuff's going on, like something that gets to the heart of what it's about as well. It's not easy. Like, this is like it's actually really tough to come up with good titles, but I think it's worth it because it's so important. This title's gonna like be the face of the game forever. It's going to be what people remember the game's going to be called and everything, so we want to like spend time to really think about it, not just go with anything. So yeah, for me, that's the theme for me of episode 1, because there's a few reasons why. And I'm going to get those down just to remind you guys, in case you think, well, why is it about that? And I'll just get it down. So if you're in streams a lot, folks, those of you that lurk or listen, or you kind of know what it's all about, our game, story, lore, etc., you might kind of get what this all is without me needing to explain. But I'll just make a list of why this is the core essence. But I'm interested in knowing what you guys think the core essence is, those of you that kind of are updated with the lore and the story. Here's our lore Bible, folks, in case you want to look. That might help if you have a little look at that. You never know, it could give some ideas. We get some things flowing. I'm definitely going to be asking chat for some foresty word ideas that are very foresty sounding in a bit. So don't give them yet, because I won't be able to write them down yet because I'm doing this, but when the time comes, I'm going to ask. I can take forever to name characters in RPGs, I can understand. Yeah, naming characters is definitely something I get indecisive about as well. Never mind a whole title, which is like really huge. The title of something is just huge because it's the whole thing. Right? Okay, so there's loads of reasons why episode 1 is about this. So I'm gonna unbold that, because that's unbold that too. Humans dislike reptiles and vice versa. That's a key one. They shun each other because they're different from them. And the whole reptile versus humans conflict is very much an episode 1 theme, which I've said before. It's not going to be like the key plot in future episodes, because we're going to like focus on all other story elements in future episodes. But it is for episode 1, because that's where the reptiles happen to be living, where there was exiles. So it's just worked out that way based on the lore we've built. Humans are also wary of the recent changes in nature, which some of you might already know, some of you might not. What that means is that there was a spell in Everbloom Forest that recently brought things to life. Now, if you click the lore Bible, it basically mentions it in the first sentence of the description, or the first paragraph. But that's kind of the premise of Raindrop Chronicles, that things have started coming to life. That's why Carol the Barrel's alive. That's why the fruits are alive. That's why there's trees alive. That's why there's plants alive, which are the enemies in the forest, because of a spell. But like I says, nobody knows why it's happened or how it's happened yet. All we know is that things are coming to life, and they don't like it. They don't like the changes. They're a bit scared. They're a bit paranoid and fearful. They like their peaceful and easy life. So this is kind of a bit weird for them that this is happening. So, humans are unfriendly to outsiders, especially those who aren't human or are different. E.g. Rose, the vampire. Because Rose the vampire's different, they don't like her. She's a bit dangerous, feral. They've ordered her to be sacrificed, so that says it all. They don't like anything that's different or makes them feel unsafe. Now, that's just humans, but this goes much further than it just being the humans, folks. Carol the Barrel herself is prejudiced and uncomfortable with anything different. So Carol the Barrel is very outspoken about how she feels about humans. Calls them flashbacks. Carol calls the hero, us the player, a flashback. It's kind of a slur word, I guess, in this fictional word. It's not nice in the world of Raindrop Chronicles to be called that. I mean, it's probably not a common phrase that's said by everybody in the world. In fact, it's probably exclusive to Carol the Barrel. She's probably the only one that says flashbacks. It's just her little word, a word that makes her, that's unique to her. And she says it often. She don't like humans. Carol and her companions have formed a community together because they feel they are the same. So again, just something that makes that even more clear. And this is I think this is the last one now. I think we're on the last one. This is also true with the fruits. They stick together. Even Apple, who seems the most honourable of the fruits, refuses to leave the others behind. Okay, so that's it, I think. That is, to me, the core essence of episode 1. That's bolded, and that's the list of why. So I think, I mean, it's going to be a bit tough, but I'd love to think of some words that kind of relate to this as well as the foresty themed ones, just to give it a little bit more, to have it, the title be more than just some beautiful, pretty sounding forest imagery, although that'd be cool. Right, so words now. I think we could get some word suggestions. We'll think of like individual words first, folks, and then we'll come up with some title phrases and stuff like that after we've thought of actual individual words. And then we'll have, like, you guys will give you suggestions as well, and I'll make a big list, and then we'll shortlist our favourites. Alright, so one thing I did do off stream this morning, or this afternoon, just before I went live, was I started looking through our community notes file. Now I'm going to just quickly show you all what that is. Since we started these story suggest-a-thon streams, I've been regularly going through all the VODs and get this up, you'll be able to see. I've been regularly going through all the VODs and making notes of everything you guys have been saying. Here it all is. That's all of it, and it's loads. It's like a ton of stuff. If I scrolled, it'd take forever. So one thing I started doing was looking for like really nice sounding adjectives and words and things in here that have been mentioned often. Some keywords basically, and that could be a good starting point for us for the tiles. So I'm going to hide that. I'm going to just keep that open on my end, and we'll get them down. And obviously if anyone thinks of any cool words, feel free to say. Okay, so should we split this? Adjectives, verbs, nouns. If I put any in the wrong category, tell me, okay? Right, because I'm no pro. I'm no pro with words. I like words, but and I'm only splitting them rather than just putting them all together, and the reason for that is because that when we come up with the title phrases, usually they tend to consistently be a mixture, like an adjective and then a verb, or an adjective and then a noun or something, and it will just be easier for us to maybe form some tiles. So So I'm going to just say as a I'm going to put as a subheading, word themes, forest, or prejudice. I guess prejudice. Setting, forest. And themes, prejudice. Just so we can be consistent with the words that get suggested, I guess. I'll zoom in a bit more. Ones that spring to mind are woodland warrior and forest saviour. All right, so we'll get those in, folks. So I think forest is an adjective. No, it's not. It's a noun. So we'll get that in first, as Asriel's mentioned it. Woodland as well. Land itself we could have, and maybe wood itself as well. I'm going to unbold these now. Saviour. Now that's a noun as well, isn't it? So, and warrior. Well, we do have warrior and hunter as sort of the classes. So, but I'll put those there anyway. But it could be a problem if you pick one class over the other. But we'll have them there. Okay, so waterfall, well, we have a few of those in the area as well. Yeah, let's get that in first. Shall we split it with landmarks and people? So these are the more landmarky sounding ones, and these are like people. So don't know if is landmark the right word. You know, we'll say environment, that's better. Environment themed. And people themed words. There we go. Then won't get too messy then. So waterfall. There we go. So if anyone starts thinking of any, feel free to say, guys, because we're starting the list now. So the theme we're going for the words are either forest or prejudice. Forest is the setting. And in fact, I'm going to say enchanted forest because it is, things are coming to life, right? So put that there as well. Would you say enchanted forest? Would you say that should be a theme? Okay, so what? I'm going to be looking through the notepad file of the community notes as well to put some words together. One that was said a lot was that change. Now change fits because, you know, things are changing. In episode 1, I think it was mainly mentioned when in regards to the fact that the spells happen, so things are coming to life, so that's a change. There's a change in the fact that, you know, the heroes arrived, Rose has arrived, Carol the Barrel's alive, as well as the reptiles potentially returning as well. That's a change. The hero himself makes choices, or the hero themselves or herself will make choices that will change things. So I think that's a pretty powerful word that fits with the game's essence. And that's an adjective, isn't it? Or is it a verb? No, it's probably an adjective. I don't know. This is why it says correct me, guys, if I put any words in the wrong category, because I get a bit mixed up sometimes. Disparity, Midga said, I missed that one. Okay, so what would that be in? I'm going to have to go in the dictionary to check some of these, I think, because I think it tells me in there. Okay, so that's actually a noun. Is it a noun? It says it's a noun. Divided or divide? Thank you. Okay. So I could easily just put them all in a big bunch together and not have to think adjective, noun or verb, but it's going to just be way easier when we think the titles if we split them into what they are, so it's everything's together. I'd say I'm going to put most of them in adjectives if they aren't a naming word, if they aren't a thing, and some of them will probably be better in verb, but I'll do that after. Okay, so we got dividing. Master Emerald said, and also we got to get disparity in as well. But I think that's meant to be a noun, so correct me if it's meant to be in the nouns, but I don't know where it'd go. I'm partial to the word sanctuary with this. Lots of people seem to see the forest lakefall as that, but at the same time it isn't quite perfect, which is what is going on in the story. Yes, it's because it's strange, isn't it? Because at first glance a lakefall looks very peaceful, so I totally get that word, but it's actually a lot more chaotic than what people think. So for sure, I'm with you. It's I would have originally thought that too, go for words like that are calming sounding, but with the whole story and what's happening, it's actually quite blooming chaotic overall. So lush, fertile and verdant. Okay, so lush is an adjective, isn't it? Yeah, those are all adjectives. Thank you for the suggestions. I'm not sure, lol. Disparity is an adjective because I thought that too, and then when I googled it said noun. I was like, how's that a noun? It's not a thing. I always think if it's a noun, it's like an object or a person or something that's actually a thing, not a descriptive word. Okay, so another one that was in the community files that people said a lot was fear, because people are scared of the changes. Oh, place as well, but place would be environment. I'm going to put that one next to land, because land and place are similar. Anything that's similar I'm going to put together, I think. Live life. So any words I'm randomly adding now, it's because they're in the community notepad file, and I was picking keywords out of there that people were saying more often. Wounds is another, which isn't either people or environment, but it is a noun. Because there's a war happening, you know. We'll put that. We'll put that as well. Underneath the fact there's a war and the fact that things are coming to life. Things. Coming to life. There is a war is returning. Does that make sense? A war is returning, because it's like it's restarting, you know. Those reptiles are getting ready to make a comeback and get their revenge. So I thought, yeah, we'll get those two things in as well, because those are very key themes and things that are happening as well. So we might want words that link to those two, not just prejudice. Okay. Also includes concepts. If we want to be dramatic, forest of our discontent is a Shakespeare reference. Oh, is it? That's an interesting one. I like that you're thinking of titles, guys, now. I mean, we're going to get them listed, don't worry. Should we get discontent down in now that it was mentioned? Because then we could... See what I mean? This is how a title can form. Forest, discontent. So we need the middle words now. Of our and of the and in and the and all those like little extra words. Are they called prepositions? I think that's what they're called, but I might be wrong. Those little words that go in between that form the phrase. So I know that there's others, like there's things like among, like, I'm gonna think of you. In fact, I'm gonna get my phone up and Google some, so we can get loads of these words in, because these kind of words will help link the adjectives and nouns and stuff together. We can't just have a Fearland or lush waterfall. It's a little bit generic sounding, so I always think putting those like words in the titles as well just makes it sound more like a title, right? Object, location, being, ideas. Oh, that's a good way to sort out. So we've got sorry, I'm gonna do that actually. Location, being sounds a bit better. Ideas and object. So what's wounds then? It's not an object, is it? But it's, I see it as other, but maybe it's an idea. I'll put object here as well. It's definitely some, like a noun. Wound is definitely a noun, right? But I can't think of a category for it. Okay, so I was googling prepositions. No, there's quite a few here, so I'm gonna get them alphabetically in. Wow, there's actually more than I thought. Some of these could really link with the themes, actually. I'll bold the ones that feel more like fitting, I think. Apart, against sort of works with the whole prejudice thing. Along, amidst. I don't know why, but I've always liked that word. I think I like it for a forest setting, 'cause I know it sounds like mist, so it's like gives a bit of misty sort of imagery. Among, before, behind. If you guys think of any I don't end up not putting, feel free to say. This website might not have them all. I don't even, these words here I'm just adding myself now because they're important. Those are what join the tile, the words together for a tile. Okay. I think that's all we got. So if there's any others, feel free to say. So, for example, with what Mikaru suggested, that could be formed. Look, forest of our. Oh, we've got to put our in. Forest of our discontent. So, for example, we can make a ton of tiles, just like looking at a noun, then looking at one of these words, and then looking at one of those. We've got no verbs yet. Boo. I think verbs could be good, so I'm going to think of some in a minute. Roused, awake. Oh, those are really good ones. Those are verbs, aren't they? Because you're doing it. That's what I was thinking. If you do it, it's a verb. If it's an action, it's a verb. Is that sort of a good way to see it? Our is a pronoun. Yeah, I was thinking because some of these like probably aren't, or they're probably not all prepositions. But I've just put all those words. What other pronouns are there? I feel like what we should do instead of that, we'll put those in there separate. I'm going to just say short words. Short words. Is pronoun the proper term for it? I think it is, but not all of them might be pronouns. There might be though. I need to educate myself. Pronouns, there we go. Pronouns and short words. Formed, encircled, cleared, shaken. These are really cool. I'm actually loving verbs now that we've got started on them. They're so like, the best tiles in my opinion are the ones that make you feel something. And you're like, oh gosh, that's really gets you going. Gets you motivated to pick up the game because it's really intriguing. So, love, I've come back at this time just in time for us to get to the short words video. Yeah. Yep. That's me. I'm being a bit of a goofball. Flee, that's a verb. You know, you flee in RPGs, you run away if you're scared and you're a coward, and I'm sure that the people of this game are doing that while there's a war going on and things are coming to life. So, flee and hide, wait, oh, things like cry and like noises. They're verbs, aren't they? Whisper. Whisper's a very foresty sounding word. Stumpy makes noises. He like howls in the night and stuff, so I think these sort of could relate. Sing. Sleep. I mean, awakened could be awake as well, couldn't it? So some of these, if you just add an N on them or an extra word, could work as well. Can't think of any more. Whale, yeah, whale's another. So I'm going to put all the similar like noise soundy ones together. Anything that's like these are like movement ones. These are noise ones. And I don't know what they are, but I thought, yeah, sleeping, dreaming, wish, they're similar. Gotta take a 1 hour bus ride to the vet. Oh, who are you taking to the vet? I hope that the pet is okay. If that's why you're going there. Symphony and Rhapsody. Oh, what would they be in? A noun, right? Might be wrong. But it's a thing. It's related to music, isn't it? So I'm assuming it's a thing. I'm going to just put them there for now. But if anyone thinks there's a better category for them, feel free to say. Verdant Promise, Sown Agony. That sounds very, you know, like you're a poet to unstable. I love it. So we're gonna get those individual words in, but as for itself as an actual title, keep that in mind too. But I've got the VOD, so it's not like I'm gonna forget it or never see any of that again. A promise is a noun, I believe, or is it a verb? Because you I know. Getting all confused now with what's what. Agony is a feeling. Some of these words, I'm like agony. It's such a great word. Like I love that word. It evokes, so makes you. It's just a really strong, emotive sort of word, but I can't think where it goes. So I'm gonna just put it in other if I don't know. Because promise and agony are both really good words, especially agony. Sown and verdant. I guess those are adjectives, right? Oh, we've already got verdant. Sown. Is that a verb or is it an adjective? Let's have a remind myself. It said it's a verb. I was going to say. So sown, we'll say, we'll put it there. Okay. So I stole your words, your individual, because I thought they were really good as well. Right, and Symphony, I've caught up with chat, so I've got everything in that you folks have said. Now back to the community file. I'm going to have a peek through it and see if there's any more words to add. Fresh. Now, fresh sounds a bit nice and a bit pleasant for what the Everblue Revised episode on actually is, but fresh could also like mean, you know, something new as well, not necessarily. Need to check if this one word is a verb or what. Yeah, it is. Belong. Peace is a unless peace is an adjective, I don't know. Some of those others might be adjectives. And that's what I can't categorise them. Oh no, it is a noun. Forbidden is an adjective though, apparently. And that was stolen from the forbidden romance part of our conversation. Guys, I was like, forbidden's a really good word, actually. We didn't even put nature, did we? Nature's not added. Vanquish could be negative. Yeah, that's true. It's not necessarily fresh, although it sounds like a positive word. It can definitely be made into something bad, that's for sure. Good point, Mary. Vanquish. So what's vanquish? Is that it's a verb. Oh gosh. Capitals. I'm looking forward to putting some very messy titles together. I'm going to just like randomly just select words and put them together, I think. We'll do it together, guys. I'm sure we can come up with some really good ones. Okay, so we're not done yet, though. I think there's still room for having way more words than we've got. But we could do with more adjectives and we could do with more. I think we got a decent number of verbs, but we could always have more. I think we need more nouns, that's for sure. In fact, what I'm going to do is put all these nouns together rather than separate them. But I'm going to just group the ones that are related close to each other. So if it is a person, I'll just put it next to saviour and that. And if it's a place, I'll put it at the start. because it's getting a bit long. It was getting a bit long and messy. Better to keep them together so we can actually see things a bit more clearly. Protect, that's a verb, right? Because you're doing something for someone, you're protecting them, it's an action. I was thinking, is that a verb? Because disturbing something is like you're doing something, you're disturbing it. It could also be an adjective, I don't know. Words are confusing. Okay, so we need more foresty sounding nouns, that's for sure. Right, I'm going to start after waterfall actually. Roots. Branches. Whispers of the bring the branches, that's a title. Oh my god, what was that appeared, guys? Because I missed it. Something appeared on the screen and I missed it. What was it? I missed it. No, I haven't got my alerts up because I want to know what it was. Foliage. Oh yes, we'll get that one down as well. Someone brought it up, and what was it? I need to know. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to have a look. I'm gonna have to have a sneaky look. I haven't got Twitch open. I haven't got my dashboard open, so I'm gonna have to look. It's not showing up. I've missed it forever. No. I'm going to have to look through my VOD if none of you tell me what it was. I'm going to have to look in a bit. Heard it, but working, so no idea. I'm going to have to look through my VOD, guys, because I'm just way too curious now. I want to know what it was. So, give me a sec. I'm just hiding the screen. Because we don't want to see double rows, do we? That'd be scary. Okay. Oh, a humble book bundle, Dungeons and Dragons R.A. Salvatore Showcase was just purchased. Thank you, whoever used my humble link. That's very kind. It didn't say who it was, but I appreciate for doing that. And anybody feel free to have a look, because I am a humble bundle partner, and it helps me if you do decide to get something on there and send some my way. Thank you very much. Just bought a humble bundle thing through your link, so it might be now. Oh, was it, Master? It was you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you doing that. Yay. Hi Matt, how you doing? How you doing, Matt? Okay, I'm gonna just scroll a bit. Let's have some hype in chat for that, by the way. That humble bundle purchase. I hope you enjoy what you bought, Master Emerald. Okay, so where were we? Okay. Looked away for a bit. What are these name parts for? Right, so Met's just come in the stream. Let's give Met an update, and anyone who's just popping in, anyone coming in lurking, who's not sure what we're doing today. This is what we're doing today, folks. We're choosing a title for episode 1, and for stream 200, which is coming soon, we're gonna know the title by that point, and I'll have done the logo. That's the aim, to have the logo done for stream 200, which will literally be the same as that, except with our new title underneath it. Very much like how World of Warcraft do with their expansions, and how Zelda tend to do their naming in their games. Like, they have the main game name, but they also have the title as well of the game. So that's kind of the look I'm going for, and so that's what we're doing the words for, so we can come up with some really cool titles that really work well for episode 1. Oh my goodness, Humble Manga Bundle Terrifying Tales was just purchased. Oh, thank you, you guys are being really kind to me. Oh, is it you again, Master Emerald? Thank you so much, I appreciate that. Let's get some of that hype in chat. Gonna do it again now, yay. Thank you, I hope you enjoy that. With all these name parts, I thought we were setting up procedural title generator for something. Yeah, I'll get all that, because you guys have been giving me loads of words, so don't worry, I'll get them in. I'll scroll back in chat to check. But just as a reminder for anyone who's just coming in, these little the 3 pointers, I'll just quickly mention them. The goal for today is to get a short list of titles, and maybe next week I'll put up a poll. If we're very stuck on which one to go for, then we'll get a poll. If we all happen to agree and love one, then we'll go for it, but it's more likely that we won't know which one to pick. In that case, we'll do a poll. But it shouldn't be too long. It should fit under the logo, like a Twitch community made RPG does. It should flow, be memorable, and be easy to remember, because this is the name that's got to stick with people forever. You know, they can't be like, what the hell was the name of that game? Forgot. And it should really ultimately needs to nail what episode 1 is about. But it shouldn't reveal the plot or anything. So it can't like have spell in the title, because the player doesn't know that it was a spell that brought things to life yet. They don't have that knowledge at the start or at this point in the story. So basically for me, the core essence of episode 1 is the fact that people are only comfortable with what is similar to them and shun everything that's different. That's kind of the theme of episode 1, and I made a list of why that is. And then we just started putting the words together. So setting is Enchanted Forest, theme is prejudice, and were there any other tropes other than prejudice too? Xenophobe is kind of one as well, but it's the same. Things in the forest are coming to life and a war is returning is the story. So any words that kind of link to these things are ideal to get put in this list. So we've got adjectives, prepositions, pronouns, short words, nouns and verbs. I think those are all the ones we want. So we're gonna want quite a few. Before we start thinking of the titles, we're gonna want all of these to be quite, chunky. I think we don't have quite enough adjectives yet or enough nouns. We're getting there with the verbs though. I think we need to have more than just 1.5 lines of adjectives, so we're going to get some in. I'm going to scroll back in chat though, because I know some of you have been giving some really good words, so I'm going to scroll up. Okay, been after the rest of Monster Princess for years since the UK publisher failed. I couldn't resist, yay! Humble Bundle's great though, and it's really cool how you can decide where your money goes as well, because then you're helping either a charity or a creator you like, and as well as getting some awesome yourself. It's pretty cool. Okay, so and I'm going to cheekily put that link back there in case anyone's in chat, anyone lurking wants to buy something from that link. Okay, so let's scroll up. So where were we at? Foliage, that's where we got, so let's get that in. That's definitely a noun, right? So I was thinking of foresty sounding words for a bit. We didn't have roots or branches in, and they are pretty important to get in, so I'm going to get foliage in as well. I've nearly got through all the words in our community notes document, folks, so just as a reminder, everyone was shocked when I showed them this, Monday. All these words here are all the notes that you guys have given over the Story Suggest-a-thon streams. And I've been looking through these notes for keywords. that could be great. Good imagery for the title. So I think I've nearly got through those, but I'll get the ones that you guys in chat have been mentioning as well. I think I've nearly caught all with chat. I think foliage might be in the... Oh no, we got a few more from Midsager as well. Acre, hollow, thicket, mist and haze. Oh, awesome, yes. That's why it says I like the word a mist, because it sounds like mist. And it's very foresty sounding. Okay, so I think that are they all adjectives? Mist is a noun, right? Thicket's a noun. Haze is a noun. Hollow might be an adjective though. My head has turned to mush at this point. Just put it there anyway. If anyone notices I've put a word in the wrong category, just point it out to me and I'll switch it, because you never know, I could have screwed up. Get the rest in. Thicket, mist and haze. There we go. And yeah, I put hollow in. Hollow is a really good one because trees, right? That's what I thought from that. Hollow in the tree. Don't know if it's already been mentioned. Ignited and reignited. Awesome, let's get them in. I think I've caught up with the chat from earlier on, so now I'm getting more caught up with you all. So would that be a verb, Mary? I'm getting so confused at this point with what these words are, but I love them. I think we can have such a list of cool tiles the way we go, and some of them might make sense, others might not, but that's going to be what makes it fun. Yeah, it is a verb. I'll say ignite because anything, all of these could have D's and N's added to them, in all honesty. In fact, I'm going to delete the D's and have it as what it's at its most simple form. But you know, when we start putting titles together, just add a D or an N if it makes more sense like that with the tile phrasing. All right. Did I miss something in chat? I swear I saw something pop out the corner of my eye. I'm probably imagining things, but I feel like there was an alert that I missed again. I don't know at this point. Okay. Had this issue. More words and animosity, bigotry, unfairness, dislike, justice. Awesome, Van. Thanks so much for your awesome ideas. Let's get them all in. The great ones that fit with our key themes that we've got going here anyway. I'm trying to think where they'd go though. Animosity would be a verb. I don't know, or is it an adjective? Or I don't even know now. I'm gonna have to just define all these words. It's a noun. I'm going to just say everything's a noun, unless it's a descriptive word or an action. That's all I'm going to dislike. That's a verb apparently, but it also says it's a noun. It's both. There we go. Uncanny, bewitched, haunting, spellbound, mythical, restless, vexation, envy. Look at all those words. Uprising, strife, tumult, revolt, urgency. I'm going to have to just stick them all in now. No, because there's so many there. I like titles. Hi, Muffin. How are you doing? It's good to see you. I hope you're having a good Wednesday. It is Wednesday, isn't it? I'm terrible at grammar in my first language, let alone English, yeah. I mean, most of the time, I know when it's like clearly obvious if it's a noun or an adjective, but some words can be very hard to know. Ideally, I'd prefer to just stick them all in a big bulk together. It'd be easier, but we probably won't come up with very good tiles if we did it that way. Because the way I'm seeing it, guys, once we're happy with our list, don't worry, I'm going to get the ones down you've mentioned, chat, because I can't forget. Once we're happy, I'm going to like say, okay, adjective, short word and a verb, or adjective, short word and a noun, like make like those sort of combinations. And I think it's going to just be easier to come up with tiles doing it that way than if we just, everything was one big chunk. So, okay. Okay, so Van just said some really good words. So we're going to get those in. Disparity and deciduous. I see, I can't even say this. I mean, I want our title to be really, like, elegant sounding, that's for sure. But at the same time, it's got to be memorable. We don't want people to forget the name. Adventure do with the consequence of fantastic history. Very, very poetic. Love it. Kindle, charge, touch, offset, fire too. I missed something as well again, heard it. Yo, if anybody knows what the alert was, feel free to say, because I want to know. Hi Rose, how are you? Hi Rod, how are you doing? I'd started blooming ads. They're only at the start of the stream, aren't they? Not halfway through. Because I know that Twitch are going to start putting ads in the middle of streams. But I think they said they weren't going to do it. I hope they're not, because that would be awful. If the ads were interrupting the stream. Do way too much branding stuff in my job. That's brilliant, Van. You'll be perfect then. You'll help us come up with awesome titles. Right, I'm going to get all your words in, Van, because you've given us loads. And I'm just a bit, I don't know what they are. I'm going to say, I don't know if they're nouns or adjectives. Oh, those are definitely adjectives. Uncanny. Bewitched, haunting, spellbound, mythical. Yeah, they're adjectives. I'm glad we've got 3 lines of adjectives now, because we didn't have enough. Restless, that's a verb, right? Oh, rest is a good one. I haven't even got that down. Restless definitely feels a bit more episode 1 though in the word than rest, because they're not getting much rest in this episode with all the goings on, that's for sure. Vexation and envy. Is that a noun, apparently. Envy, that's a verb, because jealous is an action, right? Or a feeling. I know, I've completely got brain melt at this point. It says it's a noun and a verb. Yeah, some words fall into both. You know, what I'm going to do is do one for emotions. Envy. And put emotions together. But actually, no, screw that. I'll just put emotions at the end of the verbs. I don't think we've got any other emotions. I'm looking. No, that might be our first one. So if we get any more emotions, I'll just stick them at the end of verbs and see them as like, you know, something that you feel. Emotion words are brilliant words. Because I want our title, whatever we end up with, I want it to like evoke feelings within us. So that we're like, oh my God, this is the game I want to play. Because it just is really stirring something inside of me. I want our title to do that to people. But like, you know, be very like memorable at the same time. Uprising, strife, tumult, revolt, and insurgents. Okay, those are all verbs, aren't they? I think we can fit those after. We'll put it after cruel. They're definitely war words, that's for sure. And like, you know, not getting along with people words. Which is very episode 1. I mean, it's probably something that a lot of the episodes will have because there's always conflict. But mixed with other words could really work, you know. Oh my God, what's that? One of your subs? I missed it. What? I saw the rose rain mug. What did it say? All I saw was the mug and I was trying to read it and it disappeared before my eyes. Oh my goodness. What was it, guys? What was it? Please tell me if anyone did. If the person who did it, tell me because I want to know. I need to thank you. I need to give you a big thank you and hype. So, did we get all those in? Revolt, yeah, we got those in. Kindle, charge, touch off, set fire to. Kindle's a really cool word. In fact, fire needs to go there too. Fire, kindle. Charged, is that a verb? Charge, there, charge. Actually, charge can go next to the war words. Off, so we got off. Oh, we need to add off to short words, that's a point. One of your subs brought Rose Rainbow mug is what it said. Yeah, I want to know who it... Because the alert doesn't say, I don't think. I don't know why it doesn't, but just the way Stream Maps is, it appears. Decides that it doesn't want to tell me. So whoever it was, thank you so much. We should have some hype in chat for that. If you're too shy to say, don't worry, I understand. I'm not gonna announce. But I hope you enjoy the mug when it comes and feel free to show it off to us when it comes and send us a PK if you'd like to. In the alert. Okay, so we're nearly catching up. Those are brilliant adjectives, fam. Let's get those in. I want at least 4 or 5 lines, I think, of adjectives. So let's get them in. Vile. I love the word vile. I don't know why, but the word vile just sounds so harsh, and it just makes me like get really worked up and like makes me feel something. Foul. I love the word foul as well. They sound disgusting. Like foul sounds like really gross, but you know that's what this episode is. It's full of foul things. Father Maple's foul. The fruits are foul. the racist humans are foul. But, you know, we need to start making some of the humans lovable. I'm going to say that because we can't have them all be horrible, prejudiced people. Fiend is a good word on its own. I'm going to put fiend. Well, fiend there on its own would be a noun. So I'm going to put that there as well. Creature, that's another one. We could do with a few more nouns, to be honest. If the word is not easy to remember, then people will forget. Yeah, that's the thing. So that's kind of why I put it as a rule that it shouldn't be too long. Which is, you know, funny because one of my favourite titles is the film Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, but it's such a it's so long, but for some reason I remember it. It's weird. I suppose it's because I've watched that film a lot and it's one of my favourite films, but that might be why I remember it. But it is a very long title. Going to be going to any plans for the rest of the week? Being a lazy but doing work as well. So a bit of both. That's what I'm going to do. Unstable, unquiet, fretful, edgy, anxious. Okay, so fretful. I'll put fret there. Edgy. Edge itself is a good word. Put that. On the edge. Anxious. Yeah, I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to be definitely more partial to the titles that we come up with that evoke feeling and emotion and imagery. I'm just like a big fan of those sort of titles. Especially like with a preposition or a short word there. Because really, I think probably the best titles would be maybe 2 words, either a noun, verb, or adjective, mixed with a couple of short words in the middle, with maybe a preposition at the start or the end, maybe. That's kind of how I might approach it. But we can all approach it in our own way. I'll literally have this up on the screen and be like, okay, guys, come up with some titles. Okay, but not yet. We'll wait until we've got a few more. So feel free, folks, to name all your words, because what's the time? Oh, we got plenty of time. We've got over an hour, so there's not too much of a rush. We can spend another 20 minutes getting these words down, I think. Be worth it. Can make sure we got good ones. And unstable. Quiet as well is a good one. So those are adjectives, right? Unstable, quiet. I didn't even know unquiet was a word, you know. Didn't even know. Right. It said that English is very prone to verbing things. Tense, suspicion. Those are good ones as well. Or suspicious. I know that some of these emotions here might fall under now adjectives, sorry, but I'm going to just stick them in under verb and see it as a feeling, and something people are doing, so we can just have all the feelings together. The person must have entered their name as one of your subs. Oh, did they, Midsaker? Yeah, that must have been what they did. Very clever. I appreciate whoever bought it, though. Appreciate it. You have to choose tentative stream name. I had to do that. Right, cool. That's such a good movie. Made me happy. And said, yeah, I think the reason why that title of that film, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, sticks, even though it's long, is because the words evoke, like, it's very lot of imagery there, they're memorable words. So I think that's something to remember. But yeah, it is a good movie. Alright, so I think I've caught up with chat finally with the words. So are there any more community words for me to get in? I'm going to have a look, because I think I was only halfway through my list. Branches. Yeah, I got branches in. Grow. We haven't got the word grow. Grow is a great verb to have because plants grow, trees grow. Very sort of forest themed word. I mean, what I think would be the best words, in all honesty, now thinking about it, is a word that has a double meaning. One that not only is a forest word, but also one that connects with the theme too. That would be a really ideal word for to be in the title. And I've just thought of a couple of words that could do that, thinking about it. Okay, so I think they'd fall under verb, but they could also fall under adjective. But I'm seeing it as a sort of action, like, so it might be a verb. I'm going to put it after them after grow. I think those are the only ones I can think of, those four: twist, warp, sway and distort. Because think about it, guys, trees and foresty things do that, don't they? They, like, in the wind, branches get twisted, they sway and stuff. And also those words also fit with the prejudice theme, because, warped beliefs and opinions, twisted beliefs and opinions. I don't know, I love those words. I'm going to bold. I'm going to bold them. If there's any that you guys think are really key, feel free to say in chat, and I'll probably bold them too, because I think we need to bold the ones that really stick out to us, so that when we make the tiles, they stand out. And those really, it's because of the double meaning. Now I'm thinking of it. Might use a thesaurus to find some others that go with that. I mean, grow is the same, but I don't think they're doing much growing in episode 1 in terms of who they are as people. They're very narrow-minded, so I doubt they've grown. Very much the opposite, they're stunted actually. Is that, let's get that definition up. Stunt, yeah. They're stunted, they're tree stumps. The people of Lakefall and the reptiles and Carol Barrel and anyone that literally falls in these, they're stunted. Because they're not getting past their opinions. They're not opening their minds to the truth. Oh, truth, that's another word. Truth, was that be a noun? I had to go run an errand, so you're getting this update now. Verdant promise sown jealousy. Oh yeah, jealousy. You gave that title earlier, didn't you? But it was it another word that you used in after sown before? I'm pretty sure. Jealousy is an interesting one. I mean, as for jealousy itself, in the title, I feel like there's definitely going to be jealous NPCs and jealous characters in this episode, but I don't know whether it'd be an emotion that they all feel. They'd probably feel a mixture of emotions. Some would be jealous, some would be suspicious, some would be anxious, some would be edgy. So yeah, you know, the emotions could be a little bit too specific. I like them. I do like them. Agony, yeah, agony I added as well because I liked it. I do like that sort of phrase where there's two words and then a comma and then another two words. I think if we did go with something like that, we need to continue the theme between episodes, like, so episode 2 would have that sort of title too, and that goes with whatever we end up with the title as, like, to consistently follow that same sort of title structure, because otherwise it's all going to be a bit inconsistent otherwise. Hi Fantasia, how you doing? I fail as a 3-year sub by not being around much anymore. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, it's the 36 months, which is 3 whole years. Can you believe that? How shocking. You're one of my longest ever subs, Fantasia. You should feel awesome about that. Thank you so much. Let's get some hype in. Appreciate that support, my friend. And no worries about not being around as much. You're here now, aren't you? You're here now. All right. I think I added all those words unstable. I'm going to record your titles idea because I'm assuming you think that should be one of the title ideas we have, just so we don't lose it. I miss Rose lots. You don't have to miss me anymore because you're here in our stream. Alright, so I think there's more. I just like I've bolded that. Actually, I'm going to make a note. Bolded equals, just so you guys know, why some are bolded. Double meaning. Words with double meaning. Which is both the setting plus the theme. Again, twisted, warp, sway, distort is a very foresty sounding words. That's why I fit setting, and theme, because their opinions and beliefs are also twisted, warp, swayed and distorted. So that's why those are bolded, because I think the double meaning words could be more stronger as choices. So if anyone in chat, if any of you guys come up with double meaning words, feel free to say, because I'm sure they're not the only ones. I mean, some of these already here might be double meaning ones, but I just haven't noticed. So, if you spot any, feel free to say and I'll bold them. Because, you know, that's what we want to do. We want our title, I mean, ideally, to avoid, to be layered and mean double things, multiple things. Worried. Oh gosh, I can't spell. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Follow the game. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Okay, so I was about, like I said, about halfway through our community words. So we've got another voice themed word, which is speak. Have we even got words there? Words is a noun, right? Words. Because words are, you know, the people, you know, the words I have to say about each other, the rumours. Oh, rumours. Yeah, the rumours going around about each of the races that have caused this prejudice, right? Could fit. More foresty themed words. We've got things like bark as well. That could. Leaves. Leaves could be a double meaning word, right? Leaves is because there's leaves on the trees, and leave because leaving. Leave. I'm trying to think how leave, but the word leave, it's a double meaning word, right? Because leave can be an action. You leave a place, you leave your home. But leaves are also like leaves on the trees. So I'm trying to think that could potentially work as a double meaning. Okay, so what else is there? Wither away, very sort of foresty verb, right? Plants wither and die. Carve into trees and wood. Well, specifically trees. Oh yeah, fruits, seeds, seeds could be double meaning, right? Planted verb, yeah. Cool. Plant. I'm thinking of plant as a verb rather than as the actual plant in this context, like when something is planted or put somewhere, because I thought of seeds planted. seeds planted, foresty, but you know, could connect with the whole prejudice thing as well, because as you're growing up, the beliefs are planted in your head. So I'm also a writer. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Good to meet you. We're coming up with words so that we can make a title today for our first episode of our game. It's fun. It's been a fun one. Welcome to the stream. Meeting, since we both do diplomatic meetings and get introduced to a lot of characters since it's the first act. Meeting, okay. But yeah, don't get... The truth is, we'll be always meeting people. That's a fact. There'll always be loads of characters in all the episodes. But we'll add it because it's a good word. Is it a verb? I think it's a verb. Honestly, I'm getting confused at this point. What words? What? Put we'll put it after speak, because speak and meet is all connect a bit. I'm going to bold the double meaning words. Now, whisper's a double meaning word, but you know, that can mean murmurs as well. Just because whispers in the forest, as in like, because forests make whisper noises like in the wind, they rustle trees, and obviously because things are coming to life in the forest, they're whispering even more, stumpy, etc. But it also could work with prejudice because rumours being whispered to each other. Voice. Now, I thought of the word voice, but that's a noun, isn't it? So put that there, just before symphony. Okay. Life. Yeah, we got life actually. There it is. Is that a double? Would you say life's a double meaning word? Feel free to say, folks, if there is, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, the ones I've bolded probably aren't the only ones that are that have got double meanings at all. I'm just bolding the ones I recognise as having double meanings. How you doing, Sorter? Fantastic day. You're getting tons of raindrops. Such a pro lurker. But yeah, like life is a great one. It's so adaptable, and I've put alive and live as well. So I think that could work too. Sleep. Oh, another one. Hole, because I'm thinking hole in the ground or hole in a tree. Where was divided? Someone said divided earlier and I put that somewhere. There we go. Another one that's similar to divide is split. I think that's all the community ones, maybe. Was there an alert that popped up? I'm so paranoid, guys, that alerts are coming up left, right and centre and I'm missing them all because I've missed so many today. Have a nice stream. Hi, Sammy, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Ooh, I'm thinking of, like, vast has made me think there's other words that mean big, right? So, vast, colossal. Just thinking, you know, because forests are usually just more descriptive words, you know, we need as many as possible. But I think we're coming towards the end of suggesting these. Just looking at these and seeing if we can get any more out. Did we add peace? I mean, peace isn't really what's going on here. If we were going to have peace, we'd have to say, put no in front of it. Or something. No peace. No peace in this episode. Calm as well. I don't really think that's appropriate for this episode. Although forests are calm, this one is not. Bitter. Is that's more of an emotion though, right? I'll put that after here. I think it could have worked in adjectives too. Strange. Hang on. I'm going to check. Get the Law Bible up. Takes place in a world where raindrops are a great word inhibit. Other things have strangely started coming to life. Yeah, strange. We've got life there and strange. I thought that there was a word that we needed, and I think strange is an interesting one. It's a good. I think it's probably a good one for this sort of themes that we've got going. Because forests are strange, and prejudice is strange, right? Maybe that's a double meaning word. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just going to bold it anyway because I feel like it is. I think we nearly done. Dirt. Dirt. That's a good word. There's dirt in the forest. I'm thinking of imagery now, like environment kind of imagery. Land, sky. I'm not going to add water because Raindrop Chronicles is water in it. I think it'd either do it if we had water in the actual tile as well. Echo, voice echo, rumours, whispers. I was thinking of using life as a noun, like life and strife in the worried woods. Oh, strife is also a nice word. Yeah, did we put strife? I think we did, didn't we? I think that was one of the ones that we suggested. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I mean, some of them, like, I have been, like, looking in the dictionary for some of them, and some of them do fall under multiple ones. So, you know, just imagine it as as a noun instead. Then, I think there's a few more words that I could add. Because I'm kind of looking at stuff on my phone. Like I've got the thesaurus up. So I just want to make sure that we're not missing out any really cool ones before we think of titles. But only going to do this for another 5 or 10 minutes, I think, folks, because I think we want to get our shortlist done before the end of the stream, and we're moving into the last hour of stream now. So just another few minutes thinking of words, and then we'll move on. Essence. I'm thinking of peel because things like the fruits don't have skin. They peel. They have peel. So that's for that reason. Nature words, wind. What's the word? I've just thought of the word bond, because bonds are keeping the people together that are the same. You know, like there's a bond with the fruits, a bond with the reptiles, a bond with the humans, a bond with the barrels. Bond. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna have to Google that. A noun or a verb, apparently. I think I'm going to call it a verb. Or, yeah, I'll call it maybe or a noun. No, I'll call it a verb. I've got my mind up. Put it after meet, bond. And bind as well, maybe. Fall or fallen. That could be one. Forget, that's a verb, isn't it? Forgotten, forget. Forgotten, forget. Believe. They're gonna have beliefs. I think we might have them all. Well, not all of them. I'm sure there's great words we've missed out. But I feel we've got enough at this point to come up with some good titles, folks. So, can we get all these on one page? Let's you're probably not gonna... Yeah, the problem is I want you all to be able to read it. So we might... How are we going to do this? Can we... Yeah, let's make the margins wider. That might work. Page setup. Just 1 centimetre. Let's do that. That way we might be able to fit it all on the screen. So that'd be cool. I might have to delete story suggest stuff on, or just hide it temporarily so it's not in the way of all our awesome words. Can I make the document a little landscape? Yeah, make it landscape. I'm gonna have to make the margins a bit bigger now. Still not fitting on one screen. Oh, we got some more. Yeah, now's the last time you can get your word ideas in chat, because we can afford some titles now, because we're getting towards the last bit of the stream, so we're going to do it. Bind is also nice, since it can mean to have a bond or be in a bind, since in the sense of facing difficult times. Yeah, double meaning words are great. Should we bold that one? I mean, most of the ones I've bolded are double meaning in terms of them, but we can also bold any that generally have a really cool double meaning. Cannot even find it now. This is why we have to bold out the ones we like, because it's so easy to not see some. I should use the word search, but I'm being stubborn. Now, I found it. Okay. I want to fit everything on the screen so we can all see. So what I'm going to do to make sure that everything fits is, yeah, there's a bit of an issue here because it's all going across the edge. If we make it smaller, if we make them smaller, we might not be able to see. That's the only problem. Oh. Okay, so I think we're nearly there. Let's just make the margins a little bit larger. Thank you, Hot Sandwiches, for that follow, by the way. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great day. Okay, I think we're nearly fitting them all on now. One sec. Okay, they've all fit on. You can watch my stream in 1080, guys, just so you know. If you want to see if the text isn't very clear on your screen, you can always switch the quality options to 1080p, because we do have that available. So feel free to do that, and you might see the words a bit clearer. But if not, I hope you can squint and see. Alright, so, oh my god, I'm nervous, because we're going to be coming up with titles now. This is going to be fun, but let's not limit ourselves. Let's write down whatever springs to mind, even if it sounds silly. Anything that sounds like it could be cool. And even if we end up with 100, that's fine, because we'll shortlist them anyway. I'll personally create and pick out the ones that I like the sound of the most, and they'll get put in a poll. They'll get put in a poll. I'm excited. Right, so I'm gonna make a new page for our titles that we're gonna have. So title ideas. Make this text a little bit bigger. Make the titles bigger so we can see them clearly. Yeah, that's the title we're gonna have for sure. Just because that's what we're gonna call it. Alright. Do you mean like Sky Whisper? Hi Waz, how you doing? Yeah, and that could be a title, although, what I'm gonna do, let's just think of an approach to this. I'm literally thinking we either go adjective, short word, noun, or adjective, short word, verb, or preposition, adjective, noun, or whatever. We can do whatever we want, but I guess we pick one and then pick another and see what combination we end up with. Could work. My favourite one is probably adjective, short word, and then either a noun or a verb. Oh no, sorry, either an adjective, short word, noun, or a verb, short word, and a noun. I think that could have some interesting combinations. I mean, one thing I've got to say though, folks, I'm going to add this as well. Let's add another point here. This is super important, I've just remembered. It shouldn't be already taken in a game. Buy a game, should I say, or even, to be honest, even if there's a movie or anything else, I don't want to have the same title as a freaking famous movie. So even if I don't realise it straight away, I will be googling the titles that get shortlisted, and if it turns out that some of them are already in a famous movie or a game, then they'll be removed. We want this to be unique. Let's be unique. So yeah, that makes it even more harder and challenging. Annette's already coming up with some good because I was nervous to start. So we'll get yours up. I mean, I don't mind, like, Waz's idea is interesting too, where we just put 2 words together. I think if we only put 2 words together, we run the risk of it being probably more common and another book or game or movie has used it somewhere along the lines. So sometimes putting in a preposition or a pronoun in the mix of 2 words kind of makes it a little bit unique, maybe, and less likely it's been used up. So so right now, what we're going to do is we're going to put down whatever gets suggested, okay? Even if it doesn't make sense with the setting or theme or story. I mean, to be honest, it's going to connect to a degree because we wouldn't have put it on our list otherwise, right? But, you know, so, some of these might not work that we put down. But I'm going to just see it as we'll get down as many as possible, and then it's going to just be a lot easier if we have a big list to choose from and short list. So I'm going to put in brackets let's just list anything that springs to mind from the combo of words we have, even if it sucks or sounds weird. Yeah, let's let the creativity fly, folks. I'm going to put a number counter here so we can get to 100 before the end of the stream. That might be a bit far, but I'm going to approach this as we'll just get all of it listed, and then from the big giant list, so if we have 100, I'll probably shortlist it to 50, then I'll shortlist it to 20, then I'll shortlist it to 10, then 5, and then when we've got the top 5, then we'll have a poll. Then we'll have enough for a poll, I'd say. Okay, let's get it all down. So I'm going to do it in order of what chat say, but I'm going to throw in a few of mine as well in the mix. So Echoes of Anguish. I'm not going to analyse any of the tiles that get suggested, folks. I'm not going to be like, oh, maybe that works, maybe it doesn't. I'm just going to put it down without thinking, because we've only got 40 minutes of stream left, and if I think and muse over every single title suggestion, it'll be the end of stream before we've got any tiles listed. So I'm literally going to just write them down, and the analysing section and the musing over the title section and the shortlisting will be the next task. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for all those subs, all those gifted subs. Thank you so much, anonymous gifter. I appreciate being so kind to me today, everybody. Mr. Anonymous or Mrs. or, you know, gifter, whoever you are, I appreciate it. And for all the humble bundle purchases as well. It's been so nice to you today. Thank you so much. Let's have some hype in chat before we carry on with our short listing, guys. Well, long listing, should I say, at this point. Let's have some hype. I want to see it. So Oracle got a sub, Sympathy got a sub, Bundles got a sub, Ev Gaming and Met, you guys got subs. I hope you enjoy your double raindrops, which is very good for people in the stream to get double raindrops for many reasons. You don't know by now why double raindrops are awesome here, then you haven't been here long enough. So I hope you enjoy the double raindrops and you enjoy the emotes and the no ads and everything else. And the pink role in the Discord, the pink name, pink Discord role. Yay, thank you for the hype, everybody. Thank you so much for all the love. Appreciate it. Okay, so let's get them done. Let's get them down. Sway of Life is such a bad pun somewhere because it sounds like Way of Life. If we want to put puns in there, don't be shy. Don't be putting you know, don't be shy of suggesting. Also, this is going to be difficult, guys, because how I want you guys to be able to see our list of words. How are we going to have both of these and the tiles on the screen? Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to, damn it, how am I going to do this? I'm going to have to write the titles on a separate screen, guys, that doesn't show up for now. And I'll show you all the titles at the end, because I think it's going to be more valuable to have these on the screen, because otherwise you're not in other words to make tiles from, are you? So what I'm going to do is do it in a notepad file for now. I'm going to just make a massive list. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go incognito on Google Docs and do it on there, because I like the formatting better in there than I do on a notepad, because I want to see how many we have. But one sec, folks, it's asking me to sign in for my two-step verification. Okay, so I'm gonna, yeah, there we go. So I've got them up on a secret Google Docs file incognito that you can't see right now, guys, because I'm gonna keep this up on the screen so everybody can see the words. Everything you see on the screen right now is the words we've come up with, guys. So you can see everything, I believe. And don't forget, you can view the stream in 1080p if you want to see the words more clearly. If they're a bit blurry, if you're watching the stream in lower quality, you can put it up and it should make the text a bit sharper. Just letting you know. Okay, so have we missed any? Let's get them down. So I've got Sky Whisperer, Echoes, Vanquish, Sway of Life, Lifebound. I'm going to make sure I don't miss a single one. And if I do, I'm going through the VOD after stream anyway to make sure, so I'll be double checking. Kindled Whispers. Okay. Discontent, long groups. Thank you, guys. Like I says, I'm just going to show you. I'm going to just switch so you can see just very quickly how I'm approaching this. So I want you to see that bit as well. But there's not going to be room on this screen. Maybe, actually, we can do this. I've got a plan, folks. Hang on. Get rid of paint now. I'm doing something. This is awesome. So, I'm going to keep that screen, what's there on this screen, forever now. Well, until the end of the stream. So you can all see the words, come up with ideas, and I'll get them noted down. But first of all, one thing I'm going to do is this. You'll see in a sec. Image, adding an image of there we go. I might have to make it a bit smaller though. There we go. Can we put something around the box so it doesn't look lost? I don't know if we can. Don't know if they'll let us, but there we go. Put it there actually. I want to make it a bit bigger, so I'm going to just make sure that's there, right at the edge. And then I can make that a bit bigger then. Sorry, I'm messing it up, everybody. One sec. I think that's fine. It's just bothering me how that stupid thing is showing, so I'm going to just temporarily make that white text because it's annoying. Okay. There. Now that looks nice and presentable, doesn't it? So we've got all the words, and I've let you guys know that, you know, just give ideas, don't be shy, basically. Don't be shy, because otherwise you're not going to know. That's what we're doing. Right, so I'm going to list them all again. Thank you for all the ideas, folks. We got 7 so far. Let's aim to get absolutely as many as possible before we enter stream. Got 10 now. I'm gonna make sure I'm not making any spelling mistakes though. Some really good ones here. Like I said, I'm not analysing them or musing over them because we don't have time, but I can already tell there's some pretty good ones. 12. I've got 12 so far. I'm just going to go through and make sure I've not missed any. But I'll be going through the VOD anyway, so it all better. Hi Capra, how you doing? What's this? Sketching out a story. Do you even have time to do this? Making a game is Fook. Lol. Well, you know, of course I do. I'm a robot human. I'm a superwoman. You don't know me. You don't know. You don't know what I do. I could literally have dedicated my life to this project for all you know, which I pretty much have. Okay, so where are we? A mist. I love the word a mist. I can't say it properly, but I love it. Got 14 now. I'll let you all have a little peek on the list. That's our list so far. Do you see? Alright, I need to come up with some actually. I've not even come up with my own yet. I'm going to look at them myself. I think the prepositions, I'm looking at them now, I think the prepositions are a good first word. Sometimes. A mist? Or among, or... A mist vial. Oh my god. Hang on. Nouns. There's a word I want to add now, actually. I've just thought of a word that might work, so I'm going to add another word. Faces. It sprung to my mind as I was thinking of ideas. 19 now, we've got 19. A mist that could go in front of a lot of other titles. Yeah, and if we ever think like something very simple, like say something like Forbidden Cry, which was suggested, which is a great combination of two words, but if it turns out it's not unique enough and there's already something out there with that name, I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be super unique. Maybe I'm being a bit fussy there, because if we look at, say, something like, quickly doing this, World of Warcraft, something like Cataclysm and Legion aren't unique. Do you know what I mean? That they're just one word things. So, you know, sometimes the simple works too. I do like the longer words, like, well, not super long, but the ones you guys have been given, they're a nice length. But sometimes the two-worded ones are nice as well. Okay. Got caught up with what you've said, folks. 20, we've got 20 now. I'm coming up with my own as well. So I'm just sticking them in and with them all. 22 now because I just had 2. And I'm not gonna put on the document. I'm gonna give you a peek. I'm not gonna write on here who submitted the title. I'm not gonna do that. But at the end, whatever wins it, once we've had the poll, I'll say then whose it was who suggested it. I'll announce at the end who it was, because the person, whoever it is, I'll know from the VOD who said it, who suggested the title. And if there's no name, then that means it was me. If it's one that hasn't been in the VOD, then that was my submission. Okay. Awesome, guys. Some of them sound really pretty, I have to say. When it comes to shortlisting, I'll be going by, I'll be getting very strict, and it'll be sad to cut some of them. But I'll be going for the ones that go best with our setting and themes, as well as being catchy and memorable, probably. But we'll do that together on Friday's stream. we can sort of chat about ones that we could make the cut. We'll see. Because I might do a shortlist, a bit of shortlisting off stream, but I might do it on stream. I haven't decided yet, but I feel like we should carry this on Friday. But next week, just so you know, guys, we're gonna go back to we was working on character stuff last stream, but I think we're gonna go back to actual plot stuff because I thought of a few really cool ideas when I was just before I went to sleep last night. And I can't wait to share them with you all. To do with Rose and someone else. So I think it'd be good to start off with the plots and then have the characters come from the plots. I think that might be cool, considering I've had a few ideas spring to mind. Hi Rex, how you doing? Sorry I haven't replied to your message yet, by the way. I was in a massive rush when I got up today. I was in super rush. I hope you're doing well. How was your day? Okay, so where have we got? So Forbidden Cries was the last one. Life Behind Wounds, Haunting of Promise. But how is, in answer to the question, how is stream going? All of this, guys, can you see what's on the screen? If it's blurry for you, it's because you're watching my stream in low quality, folks. So make sure you watch me on the highest quality you can so you can see the text as clear as possible. And then you can join us and come up with some title ideas for episode 1. I should have made that more clear in that title ideas image so people coming in the stream the first time could see. But it's titles for episode 1. So that logo up there is going to have a title underneath it. It's like, and it's going to be the title of whatever the episode is, and we're going to follow that theme with all the episodes. Wound Woods. But this is the only chance. I'm going to just make sure everyone's clear. Once this stream ends today, you won't have another opportunity to submit a title suggestion. We're doing all that now in the next 20 minutes. So say all your ideas now, and because the next stream is all about shortlisting, and maybe we'll put the poll up next stream as well if we get less than 10 on the shortlisting time, which I think we could. So yeah. Because this, I'll need time to make the logo and everything, and wait at least a few days to get some poll results in, let them build up. So we're not going to want to hang about for long with coming up with title ideas. We'll get it all done today. So yeah, this last 20 minutes of the stream is vital, folks. Hi Chub Cheeks, how you doing? So basically we got a bunch of adjectives and nouns and verbs, etc. of anything that connects really well with the setting, which is the Enchanted Forest of Everbloom, wherever episode 1 takes place, and also words that relate to story elements and the themes, such as prejudice and the war, and things coming to life and a change happening in the forest. So all the words kind of really fit with that, and any words that are bolded, it's because there's a double meaning there. They fit with both the setting and the theme, which is a big plus in my opinion. So I haven't been more helpful today, work slammy. No worries, fan. I mean, it's tragic that you can't take part in this, but life happens. But if anybody's unfortunately not had a chance to take part and you wish you could, feel free to send any more title ideas in the Discord after stream. Watch the VOD and give any extra title ideas that you think of in the Discord, and then I'll add them to our document. So we've got the big list before we shortlist on Friday. So where were we? Wound Woods is what Father Maple would call things if he was in charge. Yeah, probably. That Father Maple. Restless Hollow. I'm going to make sure We're on number 29 now. We've had 29. Whispers of a flashback. That made me laugh. We haven't even got flashback as one of the words. I love that you've just snuck it in. A barrel of problems. I can't think of titles because I haven't been in a while. Is there an episode 1 recap I can read somewhere? Well, really, from the words we got here are the best ones to use, and just think of really good combinations. That's kind of what we're doing at the moment anyway. We just we're just looking at each of the words and putting them together to form a phrase and see what we come up with. But feel free to think outside the box if you want. But it's probably more likely that the ones we go ahead with will be ones that are somehow related to the words on the list, so it fits the criteria, I guess, which we talked a bit about earlier in the stream. But as for episode 1 recap, really all you need to know, guys, is that the stronger titles will be the ones that link with the setting and the theme, and get to the core essence of those two things. So the setting is Enchanted Forest and the theme is prejudice. So anything that kind of merges the two of them, even better. So double meaning things. For example, things like twist, sway, distort work for both things, because twist, warp, distray, and can't speak. Those words very much give you a sort of image of nature, like trees and things twisting in the wind. But it also has a double meaning because those words mean, twisted rumours and things that are being said to form false beliefs and prejudices and ideas of people. So that's why that is a double meaning. And we've had none that have those words suggested yet, but I'll have to come up with some myself. We did have one. Actually, we did have a couple that have twisted in them, actually. Little off topic, no worries at all. I mean, barrels are like a key thing in our game, so it's very normal to want to have barrel in the title, that's for sure. But yeah, we're probably going to stick to things that are very episode 1 focused, whereas the barrels are an overarching theme for all the episodes, really. Rumours of faces. Whispers of chat. Oh, we're getting some. I love the imagery. If some of them like really evoke feelings and imagery, I'm gonna be more attached for sure to those ones, and a lot of them have. So when we make quests later, will individual side quests be titled? Yes, they will be. We'll probably come up together with the names for the quests that we like. In a similar way to how we've done for the title, probably less, with less in depth to a certain degree, because we've gone in real depth with this, but that's because it's important. This title is literally it's the brand of the entire game. Because episode 1 is a game in itself, it's not gonna be like super short, and it's gonna be an actual game. So it's a big deal. Got to get the name right of that. Fear about warped seeds. Hi Musarian, how are you doing? Welcome, thanks for stopping by and for your suggestion. That's a cool one. A warp in the woods. Fertile strife. You guys are coming out with so many that I haven't even had a chance to think of my own yet. That's a cool one, Chub. I love the word bitter. I don't know why, but bitter's a great word. And I think it's very episode 1 because people have bitter, very bitter feelings here. Prejudice, they're bitter. And bitter, you know, fruits are bitter as well, right? There's fruits in this game. We got, oh my god, we got 40. We've got so many. I love it. Voice above the mist. Twisted. It's almost going to be impossible to shortlist all these because we got so many, but that's good. You guys can give me tips on how we can shortlist them. We don't even know. Bitter, yeah, that's how I pronounce that word. Bitter. I say it very weirdly, don't I? Because it ends in er, so I should say bitter, but that's really posh and strange. I never say it that way ever. Bitter. It's bitter. C, because both reptile scales and metaphorical scales of justice. Oh my god, that is actually so clever. You know, we haven't even got that there. Let's add it. Guys, if you think of a double meaning word, don't be afraid to say one that fits with both the setting of Enchanted Forest and the theme of prejudice, because I'm gonna, you know, to be honest, the ones that get shortlisted will be the ones that most likely have that double meaning, in all honesty, because I think they're the best. I think they're probably more powerful, and I want the title of the episode to speak to like sort of tell someone as much as possible what this is about. What scale fall under? I've got a brain melt. It's a noun, isn't it? I suppose it could be either. So I'm going to just put scales there, and I'm going to bold it. Because reptiles have scales. They also have tails and wings. You know what? I'm going to add those too, but I don't know if there's a double meaning for those. Tails and wings. So if you think of any titles with those two words in, that's a very reptile word, and which I've said before. Episode 1 is very much reptile focused, probably more than the future episodes. Because in episode 2 and onwards we'll be, you know, getting to know other factions and other races a bit better. But Everbloom Forest happens to be populated with a lot of reptiles, so it's a very reptile-focused episode. So it's not going to hurt having the episode be like focused towards a reptile title imagery. Okay, so I've got to get these tiles down because I've been rambling on and I might be behind. Where are we? Twisted truths upon the scales. That's where we got up to. C's a bitter intent. Sowing the seed of bitterness. I'm just saying things. No, feel free to say. Just say whatever we want. We got 44. I said I want to get to 100 before the end of stream. I'm not even joking. You say it like a cutie pie, do I? I'm glad you like it because I say it very, just my accent, isn't it? I can't help my accent. Oh, bitter and twisted are both good, but I'm not sure how to use both. Yeah, I love those words that just make you want to scream because they're so... like, that's why I like the word vile and foul, because they're horrible words, but they make you like feel strong emotions, right? Those words are the best words. They're the most memorable words as well. So go for it. Go for those real strong, emotive words, guys. Thank you. Don't know if you British people can wield your own language proper. I say proper, not proper. I say proper. I always have, like, say have an I rather than an ER. It just, that's what comes naturally to me. This is why I'm not posh. People have come in stream saying I'm posh, but no. Because a proper posh person says ER, not A. Not A. ER. Saviour of the whispered voice. Hemlock's prick. They're none of the words on our list, unstable, but I appreciate you thinking outside the box. Tales of judgment. I mean, if any of you guys do think of a word that's not on our list, don't feel like you can't say it. You know, if it works, it works. I'm sure there's plenty of words that I forgot about that could have been perfect for to go on here. So just use it as a guide, like something that might spark something. Yeah, see what, as an example, you gave a balance of intent, but adding black in front just adds more, doesn't it? Don't you think? Adding just that one word just makes the phrase even more powerful. So I think adjectives are really good in that way. We haven't put any colours down. So feel free to use colours as a way to make a title sound a bit more, you know, a bit more powerful if it works. Tales of judgment, balance of intent, balance of black intent, whispers in the wicked woods. I like the alliterations, you know, I'm a fan of alliterations. Whispered tales of bitter twists. Cool. Right, I'm going to think of some myself, because I think I've kind of caught up. No, Van said something now. Tangled in the thorns of discontent. We're starting to get slightly longer titles now. Now, don't be shy, because I'm going to admit it. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is a brilliant title for a movie. So I am a fan of the longer titles. So don't feel they can't be long. I know one of the rules we had was try and keep it a little bit shorter. I think the rule is as long as it can fit under one line, under that logo, we're good. That's see that as the rule. As long as it can fit and be legible on one line under that title, then it'll work. If it's a bit too long, then we'll have to kind of work on like just shorten it just a touch. Because I mean, the good thing about words like in and the, you can kind of design it so that they're on top of each other and stuff, a bit like how World of Warcraft did it. For example, Wrath of the Lich King, they designed the title so that the of and the are smaller and sort of allows for more space, doesn't it? So if we were struggling for room, I mean, I know it's pixel art, but I'm sure I could try my best. So back to the list so you guys can see. So how many have we got now? I'm going to give you guys a quick preview. We're on number 53, everybody. So, my goodness. So we got up to Van's idea, and I've got that one down. I personally think anyone can speak however they want as long as people understand them. It sounds like there's a strong French influence on British, yeah? Someone's come in my stream once thinking I was from France. I couldn't believe it, because come on, I don't have that. I don't have an accent that like sexy, you know what I mean? Like, the French speak in a very sexy way, and I totally don't, right? I'm just me. Okay, it sounds like there's, right, a diabolic deceit promise. Cool. Raising the undergrowth. Chapter 1, the phantasmagora of the starry midnight, the soul's longing of hearts. Okay, we're finished now. Lol. I need to be leaving soon to make sure my sister has bandwidth for the meeting of work. Yeah, Matt, just feel free to, if you got any ideas, feel free to give them before you head off, or if you think of any later, just pop them in the Discord in the ideas channel or something. If any spring to mind, like, you guys consider words, just look at the VOD if you need to, and as long as they're given before Friday's stream, we're good, because on Friday we're going to work on shortlisting this. I'm from England, Extremely. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Extremely from the UK. Hi Binary, how you doing? It's good to see you. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Forest of Illusion. Yeah, and don't be shy about giving short tiles as well, folks, because we've had some really, really elegant sounding long ones, which I love. But don't be shy about giving like short ones either, like 1, 2 or 3 word titles. Because I know I kind of said earlier, oh, they're not as unique if they're just short, if they're just 1 or 2 words. But, you know, it doesn't have to, like, be, like, super unique. Like, World of Warcraft just have Cataclysm as the name of one of their games. And that's just 1 word. Sway against the magnetic wind. Now it is 6 o'clock, but I'm not stopping. We're carrying on. I will be ending stream shortly, but I want to make sure I've got as many good titles as possible before we end. So, and I don't know what we're doing, but I want to help. Yeah, we're thinking of title ideas for episode 1, guys, and to just summarise it again. We've got a word list of words here. Make sure you've got me on high quality so you can see the words properly. Any word that you know, anything that's got the theme and the setting in the words, any double meaning words are the best ones ideally, which the setting's Enchanted Forest and the theme is prejudice. So any words that really have both of those are the best, because that means the title is summing up you know, both the setting and the theme, and that's very strong, very, very awesome. But even if there's none that do both, even if one does one of them, that's still worth giving as a suggestion. We just want as many as possible. I got 57 now, so where did we get up to? Sway against the magnetic wind. Back from Long Lurk, and I second Rex's top suggestion. We'd have the most messy logo of all time, wouldn't we? And nobody would remember the game. They'd be like, that game, Raindrop Chronicles, forgot the name. What was it? Forgot the name. Right, strange twist in the scales, the plan from the whispers of the distorted warp-seeded vines, the planted sway, lol. That's funny. I mean, it sounds like a true poem, I have to say, Chub Tricks. Genius. You know, some of those words could work. 2 or 3 of them, maybe. A dark, twisted wood. And I'm not going to be, when we start shortlisting these, I'm not going to say who submitted them. I'll only reveal who the winning person, well, once we got the winner, I'll be looking through the VOD to see who it was that submitted it. But I know I'm going to think of my own as well, and because I've only submitted 2 so far out of all these 57, and I need to add more of my own too. So doing good, thanks. Having a short break from work and then getting back to it. Oh, thanks for stopping by and saying hi, Binary. It was good to see you. Fruits of labour. The fruits of labour. Yeah, and you can put the things like the in front of some things as well. That always works. Imagine if we could watch a streamer with a high tider accent. What's a high tider accent? I don't even know that accent. A journey of despair. Also, whatever wins this, whatever title ends up winning, we're going to have to continue that theme with the episode 2, 3, 4, etc. titles as well. Like, for example, if we go with a more longer fancy descriptive title, then we're going to have to follow that for episode 2. Otherwise, it's going to be weird if we've got a fancy descriptive title for episode 1, but then a super short one for 3. So we'll try and be consistent. I think I've got to go. I'm really upset because I want to stream longer. So get your titles in it fast, everybody. I'm not going to have time to get them all in now because I've got to end stream, unfortunately. We got 59. I got up to Asriel's suggestion, and I know that you guys have given more, so feel free to keep saying, because I'm going to be looking at the VOD and I'll be adding any title ideas that I missed. I'll be adding any title ideas that I missed. And if I seem a bit distracted, that's because I'm being called for dinner. So I really want to go and raid somebody though before we go. So okay folks, so I'm gonna close it there, but don't keep giving me your titles, keep giving them, because I'll make sure I note them before we before Friday's stream. But thanks guys, thanks for giving me titles. I've got to rush off though, unfortunately. Okay. I'm going to send us over to someone, but will you guys be able to tell them that I've had to rush off for dinner? Because I'm not going to be able to stick around, unfortunately. So, I'm going to send us over to... Thanks for streaming. Welcome, Rex. Thank you, everybody, for the ideas. Also, I'm going to hide that now. Thank you, Kappa, for that follow. I appreciate it. Okay. I'll send us over to... Ella's just come online. She's on the starting scene screen, though, so she's not going to be there. Okay, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you all. I'll see you all on Friday. Thanks for the super fun stream. And take care, everybody.